Okay, so we're recording here. Sorry for the slightly rough start here. Okay, so here my do some demonstration of the spinal process for this assignment. And again, I will have, I'm going to get board for you, so we'll finish putting these together in class this week on Thursday. And to put this here. A few strips of that. And I think I'll separate these longer pieces. It might come in handy, you never know. With all of them. Like moving this paper around, if you take the knife and stab it, that's how I'll position them when I'm trying to position them. Okay. Good. See, here's my little reservoir of rubber cement that's still sitting there. Picker upper. Okay. A little bit of rubber cement. Want to put too big of a blob down there, close this up because it's smelly. If you put a large amount down, then it's just more to start to dry out a little too fast. So down here in the darker area, I'll take some bigger pieces and there. You can overlap some of these to make it darker, but don't make it really solid. Let a little bit of the white show through in between. And go right up to the edge. Try to keep them aligned with the line on the border. Maybe, yeah. So you can use larger pieces to try to, oh, that stuck to the eraser, careful. You can use larger pieces in darker areas and make them more concentrated to make it look more like it's in shadow. on this. So I'm doing just kind of scraping the bottom of it. I've got a little, really there's not much. I don't know if you can see light shining off of that. It's kind of hard to see with the black paper. There, oops. You can move it around a little bit. Once they stop, once you've got them in position, just leave them alone. A little darker there, so I'll layer that a little bit. Press that down with my fingernail. It's starting to dry out a little bit. Okay, a little smaller, I think. There. Okay, that is starting to. So I'm going to go from dark to light up here, and to create that light edge, I need dark out there. Let me track some of these bigger pieces here. I don't want you to just try to create an outline, but you can use some longer pieces as long as you're not just lining them up to create a black line. Don't do that. That's sometimes they get a little too small to work with. And here comes Elliot. Oh, little bear, no, don't walk on the adhesive. Hey, put your foot down in the adhesive. Sorry, but you gotta stay out there. Elliot, right there, just stay there. You cannot come closer. Oh, I know, he wants to have his paw on the paper. Sweet, Elliot. Okay. Put that there. Take out this little guy. There. Good. So it helps if you have pencil with an eraser. This is like, I think this is from an old skewer or something like that. There's something to hold it down when you pull the knife away. The eraser's maybe a little nicer because it's softer, but off of there. No. Okay. Finger works too, but if you start getting rubber cement on your finger, then it's going to just stick to your finger. Okay, that's not bad. So I can do this. Leave that a little bit of a gap. All right, I want to create that edge there carefully. I don't want to make it look like it's got a dotted line. I don't want to make it look like it's got a solid line. I just want to create the appearance of contrast on the edge. And it doesn't have to be completely solid black in order for your eye to see it as an edge. Better, yeah, that's starting to show up already, good. All right, I'm gonna come back out to here with some of this stuff. It also helps if you, oops, see, I'm starting to stick to this. When I'm doing this, I can look at my monitor and see it on the monitor, and I can see it smaller, more as if I'm looking at it from a distance. So I can see pretty well what the effect looks like. I suggest you take this and put it up, lean it up against a wall in front of your desk or anything. Put it on a chair, lean it up against the back of the chair so that you can step back and see the whole thing. When you're sitting here right on top of it, it's really hard to see the effect you're getting. All right, that is drying out. So I'll put more. Oops. Okay. So I don't, this, even where it's dark here, I don't need to keep it, I don't need to make it solid in order to create the effect of shadow. And I'm just going to carefully spread this out. Oops. Put very much down there, did I? I think I'm going to want to start to use smaller pieces as it gets. That's what it is. That's just got too much on it. Yeah, if it gets a little too gunked up, then I just won't even use it. Good. So smaller pieces give you better control, but you don't have to use little mini pieces. Like, I know some of my examples show really obsessive detail, and if you have the time and the inclination, then sure, go right ahead. The more you put in there, the more pieces, the finer the pieces, the easier it is for you to create the appearance of a nice even transition. Right? So if I don't use too much adhesive on the back, it is kind of like this. Like there is like just enough amount. That would be kind of nice to have. Then I'll have less of it squishing out from underneath, and I'll have less of it to clean up. When you are cleaning it up with the rubber cement pickup, you want to just do it as well as you can. You don't want to have big like rubber cement all over the place in between them. So you just try to pick up as much as you can. Be a little forgiving about some rubber cement on the surface when it's these fine little pieces. There, I got some on the front. Okay. I'm getting some rubber cement on the eraser here. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to try to keep this edge as smooth as I can. I see there's a little bit of a point there. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's see, what do I got? Let's take you. Right in that corner. So I like this angle because it fits into that corner pretty well. And I can use it to finish off defining this edge and then start that one. That's good. So I realize this is tedious and time consuming. It's very slow. But the idea here is that you slow down and you're making, it's all very deliberate. And there really is, when you design something, you don't accidentally design something. There's intention. There may be surprises. There might be some unexpected success, like you were trying something that you thought would work, and then it turns out that something that you didn't consider as a better solution, but you realize that in the process. That's still part of the process of working. And that's fortuitous. It's not really accidental. All right, I need more of this. This will help. Don't look at the light, huh? Let's create some more shadow. Well, we'll see. Maybe that'll help. So yeah, so this does start to dry out. Dries out quickly, so you have to frequently put more back on. Actually, I can see better the light reflecting off of the puddle from where I'm sitting. That helps you to see this or not. Ah, that's better. Good. Good. So once you get into a groove, this can start to go a little faster. Good. Now all of these don't have to be, like the long edge of this doesn't have to be lined up to the this pencil edge. It can be tempting to do it. Put that little guy up there. Okay, good. Okay. And if either of you have questions while I'm doing this, please go right ahead and activate your microphone and ask. If there's something different you'd like me to show, please also, you can say so. That's okay. It ran out again. Goes fast. Didn't really get any on there. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. Right there. All this blobs kind of start to look the same, so usually I have to start putting it in a different spot. It's too much on the surface, that's okay. We didn't put enough back down there. Okay. All right. I'm not sure I like that for now. There. Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm trying to make this a little darker down here. Creating that very gradual transition takes a little time and concentration. You want to get smaller pieces farther apart in the light area, larger pieces closer together in the dark area. Right there. Okay. And so trying for a full range of value from very dark to very light. Right? Now there is a limit to how small I can get them just because I need to be able to handle the pieces. All right, I am getting closer. Use your finger, of course, be careful. If the blade is like this and you lift your finger, you're due for a cut. All right, so I'm just testing the limit of how small I can get them. At first, even small ones might seem too big, but give it a chance. And the heck, it'll just pop right off of there. Should be there. No, let go. Just not enough. Yeah, well, there it is. Weirdly, it just sort of fell on its better. Stab, apply glue, and stick. There we go. Now this edge is starting to look clear. I need shading on both sides of the line in order to get that to show up. Okay, little one, little baby, up there. Oh. All right, now this is missing something. I want to bring that down. There. Oh, I do need to, if this is going to be darker, a darker edge here, I can pile it up in this spot a little bit more. Make sure that I get that, the appearance of a nice dark area there. Did not get any glue. And I just didn't. Okay, good. So even the darkest areas, I don't necessarily want to try to make them solid. Because if I can still see a little bit of light poking through, it helps to maintain a little bit of depth in it. If you just make a big solid black, it can look very flat. And you're trying to create something that looks three-dimensional. Good. So patience is your friend. Yeah. And there. It's probably adhesive on it. Off my finger. Yeah, it's too much. Still. Okay. Better. Oh, I'm so close. Excuse me, Elliot. Piece. There. Good. Oh. A little closer at that. Better. Okay. Now you might also find, as you're doing this, that some form you want to create, like the shape might be a little too small. And so like this one right here, I might just merge this one and this one. Because it doesn't really, well, pro tip, the rubber cement pickup also picks up pencil. If it's too small, then I'm just going to merge them. It doesn't harm the design. And that's sort of a call, that's a decision you make as you work. And those kinds of things happen all the time. Sometimes what you thought you could do, you find you can't, and you just have to make an adjustment. Let's try this longer piece here. And I'm going to see how small I can go out here in the lightest area. This back here so I don't cut myself. There. So here I'm just going to drag this like once through. It down. See, the other one's still on the eraser. Go. Okay. Good. A slight curve to it. I think I'll turn it around that way. Okay, good. Oh, that looks great. That's all these. Click. Okay. All right. So I'm making progress here, and this has been what, maybe 45 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. If you get your process down and you're deliberate about it, you can move this along at a decent rate. Maybe like fast considering what you're doing here is just placing these things down one at a time. But where you place them is really like there's a range of where I can place them, and so I don't have to be completely exact every time I do it. I can just be close. Oh, that is not a toy. Oh, Elliot. Get off them. There you go. What? Oh, yeah. You really want to be sitting there in the glue, don't you? You can't. You got to slide a little bit. Sorry, baby. Well, put your head in the glue. Come on. All right. Sorry. One moment, please, while we... Technical difficulties. Technical cuteness. Still want him to put his head in the glue. Okay, good. Hey. It's there. Really tiny piece I want up there. That's enough for this area up here. Finish off this section. Okay. One more. Let's do this. Too large compared to the rest. Yeah, that'll do. That's not terrible. Now, I'm going to work on getting some more of the area to the outside. Out here. So maybe some of those longer pieces can help me. Even just like a larger piece. What? Yep. I'm going to do this for about another 5 minutes. Stop, so go quickly. Too much glue on that one. Just leave it, let it dry. Let's see. Yep, I'll use a bigger piece there. Yep, get down there. Good. 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 That is starting to work. Good. Now here, I want to create a darker edge there. So I do the same thing here, but I want to leave this light. So instead of this, like this goes up from this corner this direction, this up from this corner this direction. This I'm just going to say is more like atmospheric background, which doesn't have to be completely dark like this all over. This could even fade too. Like out this way, it can get a little bit lighter so that you're not, filling it in with so many pieces. But that looks like a pretty good start. In a little bit less than an hour, I've gotten a decent amount of work done. Now, granted, I've demonstrated this before many, many times, and so I know how this process works. And for you, hopefully, as you do this, you just get better with the process, and it just goes increasingly faster. But that, well, I'm just going to put that up there. I want to avoid trying to make that a solid, like a solid line. That looks better. All right, so this is a decent transition. You know, if I were really going to fuss over it, I might come in with a few more pieces in here in the dark area, just to see if it wants something there. Maybe a smaller one down here. Shoot, careful. I just picked up two others that I did not mean to pick up. Just press that gently with my fingernail. Hopefully. Now, if you see, let's zoom in here. Like in here, bigger. I can see in some of these, like down in here, you can see there's a little bit of turn this way, so you can see there's a little bit of rubber cement crumbs. Try to get that out of there, but if you find that you're just knocking the pieces out there, probably better to just leave it a little bit. Now that it's dry, I can try and get some of that but I don't want to scrub with this because that'll just start to pick up. That'll just knock things out of place. But like here, if there's enough space between them, I can do that. See that one's starting to pick up. That's better. So like if there's more space in between them, you can work on getting some of that adhesive out of there. But there's a point beyond which you probably just want to leave it if trying to get it out of there is just going to make the thing lift up. Don't do this part until you've given the glue a chance to dry. So like do that at the end, but have some rubber cement handy in case you knock them out of place. I need to put them back. That's better. So you can either like with the knife, hold it down and do that. That helps. But if I just try to scrub them out of there, scrub it out of there, I'm just going to take all the pieces with it. And then, yeah, and like even in here, what I want to do is if I have that little bit of pencil line right there, I want to get the pencil line out of there so that the pencil line is not helping to create the edge. Good. All right. Okay. So that, all right, that was pretty good. Give me another 4 or 5 hours and I'd be done. which is not bad. So it might take you longer. Wouldn't be surprised if it does, if this is, new process, and handling the paper and all that the way you have to is just uncomfortable. But you find your ways to do this. And they look cool when you're done. And then you have much more of an appreciation of creating a very detailed and deliberate image. Okay.